Welcome to Discover Indie Film. I'm your host, Jeff Howard, and I'm very happy to have film producer Alina Krasnianska with me. Hi, Alina.
Hi.
I actually got, and we just had, for me, an amazing conversation about you and your work. You brought the film Culture vs. War, Liberov, to Filmvasion Los Angeles this year in 2024. We're recording this. Actually, this will obviously come out in 2025, but we're talking with a few days left in 2024. But at Film Invasion Los Angeles in June of 2024, the film Culture vs. War, Liberov took home the Grand Jury Award for Best Featurette documentary. It's an incredible film. People can watch it right after they listen to us talk. There will be links to it in the show notes. It's available on YouTube. And it's actually a part of, there's 5 other documentaries, and they're all shot in Ukraine about cultural heroes in Ukraine and how they are dealing with the full-scale invasion. So our previous podcast was rewarding and intense and powerful, and about the invasion of Ukraine and the trauma and difficulty, but also artists and photographers and filmmakers and musicians and what they are doing, and it shows just really incredible things. And so that's just my way of saying to anyone listening to me right now, make sure you listen to the podcast before this one, because that's that subject. This one, where Alina and I are going to have fun. Alina is going to answer what I refer to as the Discover Indie Film 4 questions, which are: name 3 of your favorite films, name an underrated film, name an overrated film, and name a lesser known film that people should seek out. I know you've worked in film for a while, and before and during what's going on in Ukraine. And I didn't even hear I talk all this Ukraine stuff. When I first introduced you, I should have said, you are sitting in Kyiv, Ukraine, and I am sitting in Los Angeles, California. So thank goodness the power of video chat has us. I get to see your face and we get to talk about movies, which is very rewarding. But thank you so much for being on here.
Thanks a lot, Jeff. It's a big pleasure.
Yeah. And do you want to just share with me? The questions are intended, like, I didn't want people to feel pressure with these questions. Like, I have to name the 3 best films I've ever seen. It's just 3 favorites, just films that you've loved throughout your life or mean a lot to you in recent years. So do you want to share 3 favorites?
Yeah, first of all, I have to say that favorite films are a question of right time and the test of this time, of this moment, because as we know, we live here and now, and at this moment we are surviving war, and my taste was completely changed. I can say I didn't lose love for high quality and beautiful films, but at the moment in Ukraine, for us, it's super hard to watch any fighting, any whatever, like even something interesting, spectacular, but hard dramas, etc. It is pretty hard. So I can say that for the moment, my best films, number 1 is Perfect Days, the film by Wim Wenders, which is the best option for the Ukrainians now. My point of view, it is in cinemas for more than a year, I think, or maybe for 1 year, not non-stop in Ukraine. And it is pretty unique experience because this film, it is so much needed at this moment. It is about light and sweet things, about the appreciation of each moment, about love to small things, about joy. And I can say that that what we are looking for now, that what we almost forgot experiencing this war and surviving. And this film is a big miracle for us at the moment. That's why I can say that it's number one for me.
That's so powerful too, because yeah, it's a film made by Wim Wenders, who's a German filmmaker, and it's about a gentleman in Tokyo. Yes,
Correct.
so global.
Yeah, but it's mostly about
It's about the
the
simplicity and tranquility of life.
philosophy, yeah, about philosophy of this gentleman and about philosophy, the point of view on life, to live here and now and to enjoy life, to enjoy simple things. It is what we are seeking now. It is what we are, what we almost lost, and that's why we need to learn it again. That's why we need this to have this little glimpse, to have this chance to not forget this pleasure to enjoy the life. And that's why I think this film is on air for 1 year in cinemas.
So 1 year, it's still playing. That's wonderful. That's fantastic. You want to name some more favorites?
Yeah. Another one is also a recent film. It is a film of this year called Zone of Interest. It's a film by Jonathan Glazer. Fantastic film, just fantastic film. And it is about German Auschwitz, about Nazis. And it is so much close to our situation and too close to our enemies, how we are looking at them, how we see, because all the social medias are working, we can see how happily they live. And it is very, very, very real and demonstrating all reality of what we have now, just on an example of German history. Of course, with an invention, of course, with the creativity, but that's why it's cinema. So I enjoyed this film. It is a real masterpiece.
Yes, I'm with you. It is such a powerful film, and I've actually been a Jonathan Glazer fan since the film Sexy Beast. I saw. I'm not even sure. I mean, I saw Sexy Beast in the theaters when it came out, and I just thought, oh my God, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. This great British, crime caper with amazing actors, and then to follow his career kind of casually, and then for a film like Zone of Interest to come out, just incredible work. Yeah.
Yeah, and third one is, of course, Poor Things by Yorgos Lanthimos. I would say that this film is highly needed in Ukraine as well for its creativity, for its beauty, its magic. It is done in a super creative way, and not all the film by by Yorgos Lanthimos are so well understood by Ukrainians, but by this one, I guess it was very well met because it is a miracle. And it is very, very, very talented thing.
Yeah, I'm so embarrassed. I didn't see it yet. I
Oh,
love
wow.
Yorgos Lanthimos, and I actually loved The Favorite with Emma Stone, and it was so
Mm-hmm.
nice to see them work together again. And I've got to watch it. I've got to watch it soon.
Wow, you are very lucky.
Oh, I'm lucky I get to watch it for the first time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
true. That is one of the drawbacks of running film festivals is you don't have time for these movies that aren't submitted because there's always submissions to watch. But yeah, poor things. I can't believe I didn't see it. Why didn't I see it yet? All right,
Yeah,
I
it's
will fix that
fantastic.
problem. You have inspired me. It's the holidays here. I don't have to work too hard.
Wow, it's a holiday movie. It's a holiday movie for cinematographers, I would say so.
Oh, his the cinematography in his films are always it's always just
Yeah.
next level. Yeah.
Yeah, miracle. It's like a best ice cream or I don't know, whatever best desserts, what people enjoy. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, it's funny you call it ice cream because my partner refers to anything. She goes, ice cream is good with everything. It
Yeah,
makes
well,
everything
it's
better.
good.
So great
It,
cinematography makes everything better. And that works.
yeah, I guessed well.
Yeah. Um,
So about mm, about the films about other categories, I am not that sure. Here, I was sure because you asked for to call the films like the favorites,
yeah.
the films I loved, and for other categories. For underestimated, possibly I would call The Secret Life of Words, because I think this film is a masterpiece, and it is very, very close to our reality. And it is the film about trauma. Both heroes are very deeply traumatized, and this film is super pure, and it is, as I said, very close to our reality. And but I guess I cannot be sure because if I'm not wrong, it's 2005, and
Yeah.
possibly I missed a point when it was very successful. Possibly I missed it, but when we discuss it in different crews, when we discuss our favorite films, when I call it, it's pretty rare when people know it. So that's why I can say that possibly it would be better if it can be shown again.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. The Secret Life of Words. Yeah. I haven't seen that one either.
I
And
recommend it. It's
yeah,
not a Christmas film.
not a
That's for
Christmas film.
sure. Yeah, that's
Well,
for sure.
Christmas was 2 days. It was yesterday. Christmas is over.
Not a holiday film.
Not a holiday film. Yeah, it's well, I'm reading the
Yeah.
synopsis of it, but that's okay. If you want, you don't have to do the overrated one if you don't.
Yeah, overrated one I will not say, because I can say that talented, like the very, very high quality films, sometimes they are running faster than time, and sometimes we just cannot get them at that moment when we see them. Sometimes we don't get what happens, and then with years we understand how bright or brilliant it was. The same thing I can say that in the same time I can say that if I don't get that film, I cannot say that it's overrated. I can say that I don't get it. That's it. I am not possibly ready for that, and so I am not a right judge for everything. I only can vote for some films to be shown again to prolong their lives, that I can vote for. But to say that something is too bad, I cannot.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's a funny question, and it was inspired by a friend. But when a filmmaker says, "I don't consider things overrated," film is such a collaborative, complicated art form. It's just amazing that a film gets made in the first place. So I have no problem with your skipping that one. And
Yeah,
now
thank you.
the final question, the fourth question, is a lesser known film for people to seek out, and you're free to answer it. But I also would ask: is there a film like a Ukrainian, specifically like a film made in Ukraine that I should seek out?
Wow. In Ukraine, I mean, have you seen 20 Days in Mariupol? I would ask.
No, I didn't. I've heard of it.
Yeah, this film won Oscar. This film you have to see because this film is also made by a photographer, by war photographer and war reporter. So it is very close to our story. But the cinematography side of this film is way lighter, so it's not that creative as ours. But there you will see very, very interesting story because the three guys who survived in Mariupol, they are super brave heroes, super brave. They were surviving. They were ready to die every day, but they delivered all the news to all around the world mass media to show the war in Ukraine, to show the invasion. This film, of course, I will recommend to you. There is very interesting documentary called Iron Butterflies. If I'm not wrong, because I need to check if this name is has direct translation in English. Iron Butterflies. It's a film about the plane which was hit, if you remember, in 2014. Russians hit the plane on Donbass with people. Civilian plane, huge plane. It was a big, big, big like case with a lot of foreign journalists. And it's a story about that tragedy. And this documentary is a masterpiece. It's not that much known, but I can say that I recommend it from all my heart.
And you have the title correct. The title in English is Iron Butterflies.
Do you have it? Yeah, you see?
I found it on IMDb. Yes, it shows.
Yeah.
It shows it's 2023
Correct.
documentary investigation into the circumstances surrounding the downing of flight MH17 over Ukraine in 2014.
My recommendation, to you and to spectators.
I swear these years just keep. Boy, history is now.
Yes.
Well, wonderful. These are wonderful recommendations. I appreciate it. And anything? Well, I guess I'll just wrap it up. We've been chatting. It's been wonderful to talk to you. So I'll wrap up our little podcast by saying, everyone, this was Alina Krasnianska, the executive producer of the documentary Culture versus War. There's 6 documentaries. The episode, or whatever you want to refer to it, the chapter of that documentary, Liberov, won the Grand Jury Award for Best Documentary at Film Invasion Los Angeles in 2024. That's a festival that I'm the festival runner of. It's an amazing film. There will be links to it in the show notes, links to other things as well. But you just got to hear Alina's recommendations of great films from England and Perfect Days from Wim Wenders and Poor Things from that Greek guy Yorgos Lanthimos, a very European list. And of course, Zone of Interest is from Jonathan Glazer out of London. So wonderful, wonderful recommendations. Plus Secret Life of Words. And then you were naming Iron Butterflies as a documentary everyone should see. And then you also recommended 20 Days in Mariupol, which I gotta. Okay, I got some homework to do. I got some films to watch. And I'll do my closing ramble, which is, I just want to thank everyone for listening. This was the Discover Indie Film podcast. You can learn more about it if you go to discoverindiefilm.com. And on social media, it's always at DIFwins. Film Invasion Los Angeles, the festival that gave Alina's film an award and was proud to show it to people. We hold that festival every June in LA. If you want to learn more, go to filminvasionla.com, and it's at Film Invasion LA on social media. It has a sister festival called Sherman Oaks Film Festival, which is just a neighborhood of Los Angeles. And you can learn more about that one if you go to shermanoaksff.com, and it's at Sherman Oaks FF on social media. And finally, people should go to indiechannel.tv, see what's at that website. It's devoted to trying to get indie films an audience. So thank you, Alina, for taking the time to talk to me. And I'm so glad that we were able to do this. It was a sincere pleasure for me. Karina, I'm going to give Karina Wolf a shout out. I don't do as good a job of that as I should, but she has come aboard this podcast and is sort of the producer of it, and she lines up people, and I give her the list of people who've been at the festival. But when I saw you pop up, and I was like, oh my gosh, I finally, because I believe we didn't get a chance to talk in June when the film was in the festival. I don't believe we got to do a Zoom Q&A or anything. So this I'm a very I'm a little, don't know if I'm going to call it selfish, but the reason why I work in film, I run 2 film festivals because I love these films. And I love talking to the people who make them just as much, because it's powerful. It's powerful. People who devote themselves to the art of film, which, I think matters. And I think storytelling matters to human beings. So thank you for being a storyteller. Thank you for sharing your work with us.
Thanks a lot, Jeff. You are so much sun. You are really light of mine of today. We are not having enough light, so you brought some from States by your smile and by your words. It's very, very, very pleasant.
Well, thank you so much. I thank you for the compliment. And I will avoid saying I wish I could do. No, I'm saying I wish I could do more, but I'm glad even that means something. So thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for everything you are doing for us.
Yeah. And thank you, everyone listening to this. You should click on those show note links and look at Alina's work and watch this stuff and listen to her recommendations and watch those films. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I will thank everyone for listening one last time.